I'm Charlotte McLeod with the Investing News Network, and here today with me is Maurizio Napoli, Vice President Exploration at Crystal Lake Mining. Thanks so much for coming today.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlotte.
Great, and we're here in Beaver Creek. It was a Precious Metals Summit these last few days. Let's start by hearing a little bit about your company, what you're up to right now.
Okay, so Crystal Lake Mining is a company that is actively exploring in British Columbia right now. We're based out of Vancouver, and we have a land position in northern BC, essentially, in what's called the Golden Triangle. We started out with about 520 some square kilometers. But through a spin-out that we're doing this year of a wholly owned subsidiary and some claim staking, we've now basically increased our land position out in the Golden Triangle. So we now have about 720 plus square kilometers of land. So we are, I think, one of the biggest, largest landholders for junior companies in the Golden Triangle. And we're essentially right in the heart of the Golden Triangle too, because to the north of us is Galore Creek, and then to the south of us and east of us are, like Seabridge with the KSM deposits, Bruce Jack, Snips just to the south of us, Garibaldi. We actually kind of surround Garibaldi. So yeah, we've got, I think, one of the best land positions. I mean, real estate, it's like location, location, location in our industry. And I think our location is excellent. Most people are pretty impressed with our land package. So that's kind of who we are, and we're a junior company, exploration company, and we're focused on gold and copper, less so, but that's our kind of main commodity group too at the moment.
For those who might not know about the Golden Triangle, can you give us some context on what the area is like and why it's seeing such popularity right now?
Yeah, so the Golden Triangle is an area of Canada. So when you think about gold in Canada historically, you think about the Abitibi Greenstone Belt. And that's, by the way, that's my exploration expertise. I did about 7 years of exploration in the Abitibi Greenstone Belt with a company at the time. It's called Inco Gold. And so that's what you think about. And the Abitibi has produced, I just looked it up a few days ago, I think it's about 170 million ounces of gold historically from the early 1900s to today. So that's the area in Canada that people think about. But the Golden Triangle in the last 20, 30 years has really come into its own because I just looked at this morning because, I said I better have this figure on the top of my head because I'm going to be talking with one of our investors later on this morning. And just around us, just the companies I mentioned that are around us right now, it's almost like 65 million ounces of gold in the resources of the companies. So, I mean, that's, when you think about that, historically 170, and here we are almost like, over, close to half, over half, I guess, of that resource now. And that's just directly around us. So if you look at the entire Golden Triangle, we're probably looking at an in-ground resource that's approaching Abitibi. So it's essentially become an area because it is really well endowed. It's probably one of the best endowed districts in Canada right now. Like certainly one of the top three for sure.
Okay, so we know you've been busy, you've been amassing your land
Yeah.
package. What else have you been up to lately? You've had some news releases come out.
Yeah, we have. Actually, just yesterday we had a news release which was more focused around a couple of things. Number one, we just put in a private placement for about $1.5 million, and that was part of it. And the other part of it was we were able to announce that one of our private investors is a very famous name in Canadian mining, Robert McEwen. So that was a great thing to be able to do. Robert's joined our team, and we are more than happy to have him with us. His expertise has no equal. And the other news releases that we've released just recently are essentially results that, like, the results are now starting to come in. As any exploration company knows, or anybody knows who's in exploration, you do the work, but it takes time for the assays to come back, about a month on average, right? And so they're starting to trickle in now, and we've got some pretty decent results up on our copper play, which we hope to eventually get a major involved with. That's kind of that part of the plan. And more exciting, we've got started drilling on our gold zone because just the logistics of it meant that we started later there. And we're pretty excited about this. We got some great geophysical results that we released in a news release. We've got some great surface results from surface sampling programs, and we've gone from an in-ground resource. So there's an in-ground resource on our property, about 200,000 ounces. It's historic. It's a resource that was done a long time ago, and it's not a resource in the name of the word, but it signifies that there's gold in the ground. But we're trying to expand that historic resource now. We're trying to we're trying to see if we can discover gold around it. And so that was the program was focused on that. And our results, initial results, are really good. And now we've got assays trickling in, and we're expecting some good things out of that thing.
Okay, so immediate catalysts that investors should watch for are those results that will be coming out.
I think we should keep an eye open for results that are coming out. Yeah, that's one thing. And of course, there's a bit more drilling to do, so those results will come out even later still. So yeah, I think over the next month and a half, let's say, I think we should keep an eye out for the results coming out of that gold play.
Perfect. As we wrap up, I want to touch briefly on gold prices because we're here at the Precious Metals Summit and that's what everybody's been talking about.
Yeah.
What's your perspective on where we're at with gold right now? What can you tell me about that?
Okay, well, I can tell you a bit about it. I mean, most of this actually comes from people I talk to in the company who are more obviously financially have financial expertise. But just for my own, I mean, it's suffice to say that if you look at gold and silver, I mean, it's just knocks your socks off. Silver's gone in a few months from $14, $15 up to $20. I don't know what is it, $20 now. So I mean, and gold is done incredibly well. I mean, the sentiment right now is that the precious metals are strong and could continue to be strong simply because whether we stay where we are right now or start heading into more of a recession, essentially, both are triggers, commonly, historically triggers for higher gold prices. So I think our expectation for the gold price is good and for the precious metals in general. So I think I know you've got a hornet always bothering you. So yeah, in general, I think we're pretty confident, and I mean that's why we're focusing on the gold on our property, and we've got potential like the structure that controls our gold deposit that we now have recognized as kind of the main fluid transport system. We have like tens of kilometers, about 20 kilometers of it actually crosses our property, and the exploration has been focused literally down on less than half a kilometer of it. So when you think of the potential there, it really is staggering. Like it's exciting. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I think we'll leave it there. That was great. Thanks for
Okay.
sharing the insight. Great. Once again, I'm Charlotte McLeod with the Investing News Network, and this is Maurizio Napoli with Crystal Lake Mining.